Students watching and boys and girls in our classroom, let's begin our arithmetic lesson by standing, and we'll sing our song, Visit the Animals That Live in the Zoo. We'll visit the animals that live in the zoo. Zebra, gorilla, giraffe, kangaroo, elephant and monkey, alligator, bear, lion and tiger and yak will be there. Antelope and buffalo, panda, bear too. God made all the animals that live in the zoo. Have a seat. Who made all of the animals, girls watching? And who made all the animals, Savvy?
God.
God did. Oh, we are ready now to begin some counting. And this is going to be a very big lesson for counting. So students watching, I hope you're ready to count right along with us. Let's look at the first number we'll be counting. And girls watching, what number do you see? Check their answer, Victoria.
6.
And we'll count to this number, boys watching. And check their answer, Trey. Good smile, Titus.
100.
All right, now we're going to be going back and forth between the boys and the girls. So students watching, you be watching right along with those in the classroom. Why don't we start out with boys and boys watching, stand up. Boys and boys watching, we'll start with 60 together. 60, 61.
62, 63, 64, 65,
66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71.
72, 73, 74, 75,
76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82,
83, 84, 85, 86, 87,
88, 89, 90, 91,
92, 93,
94, 95,
96, 97,
98, 99, 100. Nice job. You can have a seat. And let's look now at our counting zoo. I need someone who is really sharp, who can go all the way from the top to the bottom with no help at all. Students watching, I know I can call on you, so I'm going to call on our students watching and Hayden. Hayden, you joined them. Do you think you can go from the top to the bottom? Okay, let's do it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Absolutely wonderful, Hayden. Students watching, I know you stayed right with Hayden as well. Savvy, let's see if you can do the same thing. Let's count.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Excellent job. Now, Savvy, stay standing. I've got a tough question for you, and students watching, answer this right along with Savvy. When I go from 2 to 3, how many more is that, Savvy? And students watching?
3 more.
Not 3 more. Here's 2. Here's 3. I go.
Yeah, you go to the next number.
That's right. And so it is?
1 more.
It is 1 more. Good job, Savvy, and good job, students watching. What about when I go from 6 to 7, Kobe? How many more is it from 6 to 7?
1 more.
It is 1 more. When I go to the next number, it's how many more, students watching? And how many more is it, Victoria?
You go to the next
That's
number.
right. And when I go to the next number, it is?
Bigger.
It's bigger, so it is 1 more. Let's see if we can do some work with that with some of our numbers card. And students watching, you be ready to answer along with us. I'm going to show a number. I don't want you to tell me the number. I want you to tell me the number that is 1 more. So students watching, begin with this number. And check their answer, Trey. Good eyes, Titus. Do you know this one? I think our students watching got it. Benjamin, help him answer.
5.
How did you know?
Because it's 1 more.
That's right. If we look over here at our counting chart, what number am I pointing to here, Trey?
4.
And what's 1 more than 4?
5.
I go to the?
Next number.
I go to the next number. Let's try this one. Trey, answer this. 1 more?
11.
11 is correct because I go to the next number. Ava,
10.
good thinking. Girls watching, and check their answer, Aslan.
7.
You're correct. How come though, Aslan? What did we do? We started at,
6.
and we went to,
7.
because it is?
1 more.
That's correct. This one, Emery.
5.
Tell me the next number.
6.
6 is correct. Savvy, good, Emery.
9.
9 is right. Good job, Savvy. Boys watching, this is for you. And check their answer, Kobe.
2.
2 is correct. Good fast answer. Tanner.
4.
Wonderful. Titus.
8.
8 is correct. Benjamin.
3.
Good thinking. Now I'm going to put my cards down and let's see who's really listening. I'm going to give some tough numbers. What is 1 more than 36, Hayden? Did you get it, students watching? That's it. Be louder.
36.
You're a sharp lady. What is 1 more than 12, girls watching? And check their answer tray. Ooh, he is thinking. That was a harder one, but I think we can do it. Titus, what's our answer?
13.
Why is it 13, Titus?
Because 13 comes after 12.
That's it. I go to the next number. What's 1 more than 15, Trey?
16.
That's correct. What's 1 more than 17, Ava?
18.
Here's a hard one. This is just for our students watching. What's 1 more than 99? Oh, they had a good answer. Do you have a good answer, Tanner? Ooh, that's a hard one, isn't it? Why don't we do this? Let's look back at our counting chart. And we looked at the number, what's this number, Tanner?
99.
I want 1 more
100.
because I go to the,
Next number.
I do, I go to the next number. Let's try just 1 more together. What is 1 more than 55? Boys watching. And check their answer, Benjamin.
56.
Nice. Now, let's see if we can play a game using some bigger numbers, but I want to know the next number. All right, let's begin our game together. And I have some bigger number flashcards. And I don't want you to give me the number that is on my card. Instead, I want you to give me the number that is 1 more. So you'll give me the next number. But let's look and see our game. And we're going to start all over again with our game. Do you remember who won the last time we played our zoo game? Students watching, do you remember? And I'm pretty sure that Aslan remembered. Aslan, who won our last game? The girls or the boys?
The boys.
No, they didn't. It was the girls. So let's see if the boys can be our winners this time. Boys, I'm glad you were good sports anyway. So we'll have our boys Zoomobile. Here's our girls Zoomobile, and we'll see who gets to move it. Let's start with Savvy versus Emery. Students watching, you be ready to answer right along with anyone in our classroom. Remember, give me the number that is 1 more, so give me the next number.
12. 13.
13 is the right answer. Good try, Savvy. Remember, we want to go to the next number, so what comes right after 12, Savvy? 13 is it. Good job, and I like that smile, but we're ready to move that boy Zoomobile to the next number. Let's have Tanner against Ava. Students watching, you keep answering with us.
15.
That was it. Ava, now we're tied. Now we're going to have Trey versus Hayden. Let's try this one.
18.
18 is it. Hayden just helped the girls get into the lead. Now they're right at that second spot. Aslan, we'll have you go against Benjamin.
14.
14 is the right answer. Wow, ladies are great with this. Why is the answer 14, Benjamin?
Because it's 1 more.
It is. It's 1 more than what number is this?
13.
That's it. So 14 is 1 more than 13. Now we'll have Victoria versus Titus. I'm going to find them a hard one. You ready, students watching? Here we go.
10. 10.
Both of them were incorrect. Students watching, I think you had the correct answer, didn't you? Let's see if we can fix that answer for them. Benjamin.
12.
Why?
Because it's 1 more.
It is. It is 1 more than what number, Titus? Benjamin, you can move the boys up 1. What number is this?
1. 12.
Oh, not 12. This is the number.
11.
And 1 more than 11 is Victoria.
What?
It is. You two have a seat. We'll see if we can come back to you at a later time. Now we'll have Tanner versus Aslan. Let's see how they do.
16.
16 is it. Tanner moves 1 up for the boys, and it looks like the boys are starting to get us tied. Kobe versus Hayden. Students watching, how are you doing? Next number.
16. 17.
17 is the right answer. Why is it 17, Kobe?
It's 1 more.
That's it. And what number is this, Kobe?
16.
It is 16, so 1 more than 16 is 17. We'll go to Titus versus Ava. Next number.
18.
That was kind of close. That was a tie. Let's try another one.
21.
Another tie. Wow, students watching, are you keeping up with these two? Next number.
20.
She was a little faster. Really good job, Titus. And Ava's going to move one up. And Ava, let's see where the ladies end up. Nice. And they're just a little bit ahead of our guys. Now I'm ready for your help with some story. And this is not just a normal story, not like a story we would read together, but it's a story that has a problem in it. And you're going to help me solve these story problems. So I want you to listen very carefully. I went to the zoo, and at the zoo I saw 2 tigers and 1 giraffe. How many animals did I see in all, and why? Listen again. I went to the zoo, and while I was at the zoo, I saw 2 tigers and 1 giraffe. How many animals did I see in all, and why? Now here's my first question. How many animals did I see when I went to the zoo, Trey?
1 giraffe and 2 tigers.
And what's the total of that?
3.
It is 3. And why is it 3? Students watching, what would my combination be? And check their answer, Ava. What would my combination be?
2 plus 1 equals 3.
That's it, because how many tigers did I see, Kobe?
2.
I saw 2 tigers. How many giraffes did I see, Savvy?
1.
I saw 1 giraffe. So 2 tigers plus 1 giraffe equals, what's my answer, students watching? And check their answer for us, Victoria. 3 is correct. Now I want you to notice what I've been doing is I filled in my story problem. When we do story problems, we want to start with a combination, but something is missing. I have an empty box at the beginning, and my empty box at the beginning is the place where my sum, my answer goes. So we already know this, but 2 plus 1 equals, Titus?
3.
It equals 3, so I'm going to write 3 in our first box, which is where our sum goes. So listen again, and let's check the answer to our story problem. When I went to the zoo, I saw 2 tigers and 1 giraffe. How many animals did I see all together, and why? Combination is what, Benjamin? What was my combination?
2 plus 1 equals 3.
And my answer is Kobe. What's my sum? How many animals did I see? Help him, students watching. How many animals did I see? And Victoria?
3.
I did, because I saw 2 tigers and 1 giraffe, and that is how many, Kobe?
3.
It is 3, so my answer is 3. Now let's see if we can do another story problem together. Remember, this is a story, but there's a combination that we want to solve. On a safari ride, Victoria saw 4 rhinos and 1 zebra. How many animals did Victoria see in all, and why? Listen again. On a safari ride, Victoria saw 4 rhinos and 1 zebra. How many animals did Victoria see in all, and why? Now, before we continue, did you hear the words I said almost at the very end? The words in all? If I say in all, it means I'm going to add. You're putting everything in. You're saying all of it. You're adding it. So let's see if we can come up with our combination for Victoria's safari ride. What is my combination for this story problem, Hayden? Start with the rhinos, then go to the zebras.
4.
Good.
Plus 1.
Good. Be a little louder.
Plus 1.
Good. Equals.
5.
It does equal 5. Why does it equal 5, Titus? What was my combination again?
4 plus 1, and if we add 1, we'll just go into the next number.
That's it. We're going to the next number. What do the words in all mean, students watching? And what does in all mean I have to do, Ava?
It means you're adding
I am adding. And Ava, this box is empty. What do I need to fill it with?
the answer,
Which is?
the sum.
It is the sum, which is what number?
5.
Good. I am glad you used all of those big arithmetic words, Ava. She knows it's the sum or the answer. Let's see if we can do another story problem together. Again, when we do a story problem, we are listening to the story, but we're solving the combination that goes along with it. Here's our next one. The zoo has 2 adult tigers and 0 baby tigers. How many tigers are there in all and why? Oh, what do the words in all mean, Trey? Be louder.
It means
Oh, students watching, help him. What does it mean when I say in all, Victoria?
it means they're together.
That's right. So I'm going to add because it means it's together. Good job, Victoria. What does in all mean, Trey?
It means they're together.
Which means I'm going to do what? I'm going to add. What am I going to do? I'm going to add. So listen to our story problem again and let's see if we can come up with our combination. The zoo has 2 adult tigers and 0 baby tigers. How many tigers are there in all and why? What is my combination, Kobe?
2
Good. Be nice and loud for our students watching. Boys watching, why don't you answer with Kobe?
plus 0
Good. Listening, Kobe, equals
2.
Why is it 2, Kobe? What happens when I add 0 to a number? It stays the?
Same.
It does stay the same. Now this box is empty. Girls watching, what should I put in this box? And what goes in this box, Savvy?
2
How come it is the number 2, Savvy?
because there's 2 tigers.
That's right. It's our sum. It's our answer. And here's something we can always do with story problems. We'll check our first box and our last box to make sure that they're the same because we have our combination, we have our answer, and then our answer box goes to the very beginning. Now, I'm ready for someone to help me with a tough job. I'm going to ask just one person to not count forward, but instead count backward on our counting zoo. Students watching, can I give the job with you right along with Emery? And what number are we starting with, students watching, and Emery? And we're going to count backward to?
1,
Okay, students watching and Emery, let's count.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Excellent job with counting backward. Now I have a question for Titus. Titus, when I counted backward, did my number get bigger or did it get smaller?
Smaller.
It did, because what does it mean when I'm counting backward, Benjamin?
It means that it's getting smaller.
It does. It just means my number is getting smaller. Everyone stand up. We're going to count backward together. Let's start out by crouching down on the ground. We'll start with the number 10 and we'll get big until we get to the number 1 and then we'll sit right down. Here we go. Let's count backward. Is my number getting bigger or smaller, Hayden?
Smaller.
It is. Let's count. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You can have a seat. Now, grab your counters and get those counters close to you. And go ahead and have those 10 counters in your hand. And as we have those 10 counters in our hand, let's show how our number is getting smaller. Because when I count backward, I'm not going to go to the number that's forward, I'm going to the number that's behind. So we'll keep putting down counters until we're down to our very last counter. So have those 10 counters in your hand. Love it. Victoria is ready already. Students watching, I see that you're ready. So as we count, we'll keep putting a counter down because counting backward means that I have fewer left in my hand. Let's start together. We'll start with 10 and be ready to take one at a time and put them down. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And how many do you have left in your hand? Savvy, come up to the front and show our students watching. How many do you have, Savvy?
1.
That's it, just 1. Let's do something. Savvy, I want you to have 1 less than 1. Now, how many do you have?
0.
0, because 1 less than 1 equals?
0.
You're right. Now, let's get those 10 counters back in our hand. And let's count backward again. We'll start at 10 and go backward to the number 1. Did I have more counters as I counted backward, or did I have fewer counters, Emery?
Less.
I did. I had fewer. I had less. All right, 10 counters are in our hands. Let's count backwards, beginning with the number 10. Here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And how many counters do you have? Aslan, come up to the front. Students watching, show me how many counters are in your hand. And how many do you have, Aslan?
1.
1. How many did you start with? 10. We started with 10, but when we counted backward, did you get more counters or fewer counters? Fewer, is it? Good job. You can put those counters down and slip those away from you. And then let's do something. I'm ready for some helpers to come up to the front, and I want them to help me hold these straws. Trey, I like how you got your eyes right on me. Trey, coming up to the front, hold our first straw with 2 hands. Let's have Hayden come up to the front, Titus come up to the front, Emery come up to the front, Victoria come up to the front. Just like that. Rows 3 and 4, you've been doing such a nice job keeping your eyes right on me. Now let's pause for just a moment, and I need a super sharp helper. Students watching, you count as well. How many people do I have at the front of the room right now? Good, I saw some fast people. How many people do I have, Ava?
5.
All right, Ava comes up. I have 5 plus 1. How many is that, Savvy?
5.
Oh, 5 plus 1 equals?
6.
That's it. We go to the next numbers. Come up to the front, Savvy. Now I have 6 plus 1. How many is that, Kobe? Did you get that, students watching? What's 6 plus 1?
7.
7. I go to the next number. Come take this straw. Now I have 7 plus 1, Benjamin.
8.
I go to the next number. Now I have 8 plus 1, Tanner.
9.
And up to the front. And now I have 9 plus 1, which is what, Aslan?
10.
It is. Now, Aslan, you stay standing. I've got a big job for you and for the students watching. I'm going to collect straws beginning with our last one, which is 10, and you have to count backward as they sit down. You ready? Students watching, you help Aslan. Here we go. Start with 10.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Question, Aslan. As we went backward, did I have more children at the front or fewer?
Fewer.
I did, because counting backward means my number gets smaller. Well, I'm ready already for some more helpers. Aslan, since you were such a good helper with that, come on up to the front. Aslan, I want you to hold this number for me, and Emery has a smile to share. So Emery, you come on up to the front, and you hold this number for me. Now, I am ready for some helpers to, first of all, tell me the number that they see. Girls watching, tell me the number that is on Aslan's card, which she's holding so nice and still. I like that, Aslan. What number is on Aslan's card, Savvy?
4.
It is the number 4. Now, boys watching, tell me the number that you see on Emery's card. Thanks, Savvy. You can sit. And what number do you see, Tanner?
8.
It is. It's the number 8. Now, I need someone who is super, super sharp, who can tell me of these two numbers, which number is greater. Think about what greater means. Students watching, you answer first. And help me out, Victoria. Which number is greater?
8.
Yes. How did you know it was greater, Victoria? What does greater mean? It does. It means bigger. Tell our students watching that answer.
Bigger.
Bigger. And oh, this is a hard question. Thanks, Victoria. You can sit. Who can tell me what I do to a number to show that it is bigger? What do I put around it? Titus, I saw your smile first. I do. I'm going to put a circle around my 8, and that means my number is greater. Good job. You two can go back to your seat. I'm ready right now for 2 more helpers. Come up to the front. Kobe, I want you to hold this card nice and still, and let's have Savvy share her smile with this number. Boys watching, tell me the number that Kobe is holding. And check their answer, Trey. What's his number?
7.
It is 7. Now, girls watching, tell me the number that Savvy is holding. And check their answer for Hayden.
3.
Stand to answer.
3.
3 is the right answer. Now I need to know which of these numbers is greater, students watching. And check their answer, Benjamin.
The 7.
It is the 7. How do I show that it is greater? What should I do?
Circle it.
That's it. I'll put a circle around it, and that means that number is greater. Thanks, Savvy and Kobe. You can have a seat. Now, I am ready for some helpers. And these helpers are going to help me do something, because these helpers are going to think about something just a little bit different. As we looked at those numbers, we found the number that is greater, but there's something else I want us to look at as well. I want us to find the number that is smaller, or the number that is less. Just like when we counted backward, we found that as we went backward with our numbers got smaller. Well, we want to see the difference between a number that is bigger and a number that is smaller. So let's go back to our first set of numbers. And Aslan, remind us again about what those numbers were.
4.
Be a little louder.
4.
And
8.
4 and 8. And we said which number was greater, Victoria?
8 and 7.
Well, not just, we're going to look at just this section first. So which number was greater?
8.
And we put a circle around it. Well, for the number that is less, we're going to do something different. We're just going to put a small line, and that small line means it's less. Well, let's go to our next set of numbers. What is the number that is less, Hayden?
3.
It is, and how do I show that it is less? What should I do, Tanner?
Put a line.
That's it. I'll just put a little small line, and that means that it is less. Now, up to the board, I've got some foxes, and I need someone who can take their chalk and show me the number that is greater and the number that is less. Benjamin, come to our foxes. For our elephants, bring your chalk up to the front. Ava, show me what is greater and what is less. And for our panda bears, let's have Victoria come. Now, while they're doing that, I need some help on our board. And I have how many flamingos on this card, Kobe?
1.
1. And look right here. How many little cubs do I have, Emery?
4.
Good. Now, here's my question. Which number is greater, students watching? And which number is greater, Savvy?
5.
Oh, careful. Make sure that you're looking at our numbers. So this one and that one, which one is greater?
4.
How come? What does greater mean?
It means that's bigger.
It does. It means that it's bigger. Let's go to this one. And students watching, tell me the number of tigers that you see and check their answer for us, Aslan.
3.
That's correct. Go to this number, which is what number, Hayden? How many zebras do you see?
2.
And which number is greater, students watching? And check their answer, Benjamin.
2.
Oh, he says 2 is greater. Do you agree, students watching? Oh, Benjamin, they said they disagreed. Why is it 3, Benjamin?
Because 3 is more.
That's right. 3 is more, 3 is bigger. Let's come over here and let's check our answers. We're going to have Emery stand up and read this number to me.
9.
And
4.
which number is greater?
9.
And which one is less?
4.
Good thinking. Now let's go to our elephants. Kobe, read this number.
6.
And this number is?
5.
Which number is greater?
6.
What does greater mean?
Bigger.
Which one is less?
5.
And what does less mean, Kobe?
Smaller.
You're right. Now let's go to our panda bears. Let's have Tanner check our panda bear numbers. What's this first number, Tanner?
8.
And this number is?
2.
Which number is greater?
8.
Because greater means?
Big.
And 2 is what?
Less.
It is less, so I'll just underline my number 2 to show that it is less. Let's take a moment and we'll look over on our board and let's see our next number we'd like to know how to write neatly. Tell me the number that you see, Savvy.
10.
10 is the correct answer. Let's look to see how we'll write our number 10. We know how to make our number 1. We'll just make a nice stick from the ceiling all the way down to the carpet. We also know how to make our number 0, but we want to be careful of something with the number 10. We don't want our numbers to be touching so they're too close, but we don't want them to be too far apart so they don't look as if they belong together. So we'll go over just a little ways. We'll make our nice oval, our edge shape for our 0, and tell me the number we just wrote, Victoria.
10.
You got it. Now get that pointer finger in the air. Students watching, you join us as I trace our next number 10. We'll start with our number 1. We'll go over just a bit, again, touch the ceiling. We'll make our egg shape for our oval, and then there's our number 0. Keep that pointer finger ready. I'm going to write one on the board. Kobe, I know your number 10s look really good. Let's go from the ceiling down to the carpet, and then we'll make our egg shape. There's our 0, and then we'll come right back where we started. Now, I need somebody who is a super number finder, because I got a little bit of a problem in my zoo, because I've got some animals who have escaped the zoo. And not only have they escaped, but they're covering up some of my numbers on my number chart. Students watching, can you identify some of the numbers they're covering up? Why don't we start first of all with our elephant? What number is our elephant covering up? I see a lot of good smiles. I like that. What is it covering up, Titus?
72.
How did you know that?
Because
What number is this, Titus?
71 and 72 come after the 7.
That's right, 72 comes next. Now help me, tell me what number my tiger is covering up, girls watching. And what number is my tiger covering up, Ava?
53.
How did you know that, Ava?
Because 53 comes after 52.
Fantastic work. Now let's see to our hippo. What number is my hippo covering up, Victoria? Thanks, Ava.
67.
How did you know that, Victoria?
Because 6 comes next. 7 comes next.
That's right. We had 66 and then we count 67. Let's go over to our lion. What number is my lion covering up, Kobe? I like those eyes.
59.
How did you know that, Kobe? I agree, but how did you know? Count this number. What number do you see?
59.
Oh, careful. What's this number?
58.
Then I count.
59.
59 is it. Let's go down to our zebra. This one's a hard one. Students watching, tell me the number that's covered up. And Savvy, check their answer.
Is it 100?
Now, answer so that we can understand you.
100.
How did you know it was 100?
Because after 90 comes with after 100.
After 99 comes the number?
100.
That's correct. Prepare for arithmetic. Get closer to your workstation. How about your arithmetic paper and be on the side that we've already done? So ready to check this side. Good. Emery's ready to go already. In fact, Emery, why don't we have you do this? Go up to where our owl is at number 1. Start at 0 and count to 9 for us. Students watching, count with Emery.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Good job. And we counted in order, and every time that number got bigger. Turn to the next side and go ahead and have your pencil in your hand. Make your paper neat on your table and carefully hold your pencil. Let's go to number 1. Number 1 says we need to trace our numbers. Let's begin with the number 10. Carefully trace the number 10 and then finish the row. Be very careful as you work on your spacing. Good, Hayden. It looks nice. There you go, Trey. Really great tracing. That's the way it needs to look. How's it going, Titus? Let's finish that row up. There you go. Good. Touch the top and touch the bottom. Good work. Okay, Victoria, I'm going to tuck you in so you're a little bit neater. And we'll get right on that number 10. We'll get that row finished. This looks good. That one's my favorite. Nice oval shape to that 0. What is the second number that we're going to write together, Aslyn?
5.
It is. Trace 5 and write 5. Don't forget his hat on his head. Really pretty number, Savvy. So neat, Benjamin. This one's my favorite. I like the spacing on it. There you go, Tanner. That looks wonderful. Just make sure you stop right there at that line. Love how these look. Wonderful. So neat. All right, let's go down to number 2. And at number 2, we have some story problems to solve together. Our directions at number 2 say to use the picture to solve the story problem. So let's look at our first one, and they have the answer written for us, but we'll see how they solve the combination. 2 monkeys are swinging in the tree. 1 monkey is sitting on the ground. How many monkeys are there in all and why? Listen again. 2 monkeys are swinging in the tree. 1 monkey is sitting on the ground. How many monkeys are there in all and why? Let's start with our combination. Victoria, tell us our combination.
3.
Now that's our answer, that's our sum. How did we come up with the answer 3?
Because there's 2 and there's 1.
That's right, so 2 plus 1 equals,
3.
that's it, because in all means I'm going to add. Now we have a chance to add to our picture. We're going to draw some bananas. So right now, I want you to draw 3 bananas in the tree. To make a banana, all you need to do is just make 2 curves that kind of connect. So draw 3 bananas in the tree. So don't be in your story problem boxes, go ahead to the tree. Then I want you to draw 2 bananas on the ground. So 3 bananas are in the tree and 2 bananas are on the ground. And now let's use those bananas to solve this story problem. There are 3 bananas in the tree. There are 2 bananas on the ground. How many bananas are there in all and why? Listen again. There are 3 bananas in the tree. There are 2 bananas on the ground. How many bananas are there in all and why? Start with our combination, Ava.
2 plus 3.
That's it, 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2 equals 5. What is our sum, Titus? What's our answer?
5.
5 is it. So we wrote 3 plus 2 equals 5 and then our sum 5. Now we're looking down at number 3. Number 3 says we need to write the addition sentences. Students watching, you finish that with your on-site teacher.